The Sin virus is rapidly expanding its reach into the city. Your assigned contract: purge the virus at any cost. Good hunting, sir.
Yo, what's cracking? This is Little Lore, that gamer fool. Watch this video, and if you like it, then maybe consider subscribing. Turbo OverKill is a fast-paced, wall-running, turbo-time, chainsaw augments, flying cars, and lots of booms type of first-person shooter, as stated in the description. This shooter is developed by Trigger Happy Interactive, produced by Apogee Entertainment. Now this game is still in early access, but can still be purchased for $19.99 on Steam. You will gain access to 8 levels of the game. Paradise, a cyber city that is overrun by, as the description states, the most advanced AI, called Sin, who is looking to dominate the world. It is Johnny Turbo's mission to stop Sin before that happens. To stop Sin, you will need to utilize all of your abilities, starting with the movement. This is a fast-paced shooter with some similarities to Doom Eternal. You'll be dodging enemy fire. Some projectiles move faster than others, and from a distance are easier to dodge. Though, this does depend on what difficulty you play on, as the higher the difficulty, the more the enemies deal damage and the higher the velocity at which enemy projectiles move. You can double jump, double dash, and use your augmented chainsaw leg as an extra boost. With a certain perk, you can jump off walls, which adds an additional jump to your movement. Really helps while platforming. Now the chainsaw is not a replacement for your leg, it is built into the shin of your leg, which you can utilize at any time without repercussion. You can line them up for a quick burst with your chainsaw, killing most enemies in one go. Also effective for platforming, or to just speed through a certain area instead of walking. You can use jump pads to get to higher areas, or attacking from above. Once getting the wall run boots, you could run on certain walls. Jumping from wall to wall while dodging and shooting enemies. There is nothing that is really unique or stands out with these weapons, at least in the early access version of the game, but I don't really think that's a bad thing, as all the weapons and their functions do what they are intended to do and are fun to use. Weapon swapping is a constant, as well as all the secondary functions of each weapon for certain situations you will find yourself in. Secondary functions are used by holding the right mouse button. Some may need a charge, others are just a click. Weapon upgrades are obtained through the gun shop vendor.
Don't be lacking and you're packing.
You can buy these upgrades with this game's currency, these coins. You get these coins by killing enemies. A bit tedious to collect the coins, but there is a fix for that. If you don't want to be bothered with collecting the coins yourself, buy this perk and all the coins will instantly be transferred to your savings. The dual wielding pistols are decent to use, but mainly found myself using the secondary fire when swapping to these pistols. The secondary fire is pretty cool and helps when in tight situations, or when there are a lot of enemies. When holding the right mouse button, Turbo will do a nice cool animation and start charging a blast as you aim at enemies, and it will auto-select the targets in the direction you are aiming, selecting 5 enemies that will all be one shot simultaneously. The targets don't all have to be directly in front of you, they can all be scattered in different directions and will be targeted when you look in their direction. The Waster Shotgun will down the weaker enemies in one shot, will take about 2 shots for the shotgunners, and will go up from there as the tougher enemies will have larger health. The secondary fire will launch a shock grenade, which stuns and deals damage. There is a delay before it actually fires though. There have been a number of times this delay has gotten me killed. The explosion from the shock grenade can also be used to launch yourself into the air, which can help during combat or platforming. Dual wielding Uzis. The dual wielding Uzis are great for clearing hordes, which is what I mainly use them for, along with the chainsaw. You can buy an upgrade called Focus Fire that drops 1 so you can more accurately hit the targets further away.
Console is located in the nearby police precinct. Heavy droid security is expected.
Though I didn't often use this. If a target was further away, I mainly use the alt fire for the pistols, as it targets multiple enemies at once and it kills most in one shot. The Boomer is a super shotgun. It is powerful, but slow for reloading. But that is not a problem, as you can swap to another weapon, bypassing the reload animation and swap back. Or swap to the Waster Shotgun, alt fire to stun and deal damage, and swap back to the Boomer to deal massive damage quickly. Secondary fire for the Boomer is a grenade launcher that launches 2 grenades at once and will stick to targets nearby. The combo I like to use with this is the Waster Shotgun stun grenade, swapping back to the Boomer's grenade launcher, dealing massive damage. The Twinsendary. The Twinsendary? Correct me if I'm wrong. is the minigun. It seems to use ammo about twice as fast as the Uzis, as they share the same ammo. It mows down enemies and is good for whittling down an enemy's larger health, or a group of enemies. Its alt fire is a flamethrower, which does some serious damage and deals burning damage over time as they burn alive. The flamethrower shares ammo with its primary counterpart. Also, the animation that plays when you're out of ammo is golden. Anyway, the minigun flamethrower combo kicks ass. Rocket launcher does what it says. Shoots rockets, devastating your enemies. Not much to say about this one. When you get the micro missile upgrade to your left arm, when upgraded, this is by far the most powerful weapon in your arsenal.
Sir, new problem. Since tethers have clogged the door to the bank, you will need to manually destroy the tethers. Sending you the coordinates now.
A bunch of tiny micro missiles shoot from your arm, able to take down the biggest of enemies, with one use, while telling your foes to fuck off. There's plenty of enemies to gun through. We got the standard enemies that run at you in swarms and jump you. Guys with shotguns. Guns that shoot 3 slower projectiles that spread apart as they move. These giant creatures are. I find most enemies fun to fight. You get the occasional mini bosses, like meeting this guy for the first time. Or fighting this massive robot. Or this massive arena battle with enemies small and large, which is challenging. After 8 levels of getting more challenging as you go, you finally get to the finale boss for this early access demo. This guy was a massive hurdle to overcome, challenging you with everything you've learned up to this point. There are a few attacks he will use on you. By far, the most difficult for me was these lasers. The only way to avoid them is to move in the open space between them, or use the jump pads to leap over them and land on one of the 2 pillars. But standing there for too long, it will target you with projectiles. Another attack is, he will gather the concrete from the surrounding area and shoot them all out at once, in every direction. Your defense against this is to hide behind these walls, while other enemies are trying to attack you. You will use these rotating lasers to damage you, and this is the time to do the most damage, as these are the easiest to avoid. For myself, I found it vital to equip the perk that lets you get armor and health from chainsaw kills, but it only gives you 6 armor and 6 health. So I was constantly chainsawing the lesser enemies to receive this health and armor. Without this perk equipped, I would whittle his health down to about 1/3 before dying many times. Maybe someone more skilled can be agile enough to stay alive without the perk, but for me, it was necessary. I was constantly killing the bigger enemies so that they don't take my health down while I'm focusing on the main enemy, so I suggest others do the same. Overall, this was a fun boss to battle. There are different types of vendors that let you purchase or upgrade. I've already mentioned the gun shop vendor, but there is also the general store vendor. Here you purchase upgrades or perks that give you different abilities. There's an upgrade that lets your chainsaw do more damage, or the ability to wall jump. These augments are also found in lock crates that will be scattered throughout the levels. You can also buy ammo and health from the general store. The voice for the splice vendor is kind of funny.
Splice today at the G Machine. All your friends have augments. Have you?
The splice vendor lets you pick and choose which upgrades you want. These vendors are reminiscent to the vending machines in BioShock, in particular the Circus of Values.
Feel your cravings at the Circus of Values!
Has a unique voice and a catchy line, similar to the splice machine in this game, with the unique voice and catchy line delivery.
Splice today at the G Machine.
On level 7, you get access to your vehicle. You will be laying waste to enemies with ease as you hover on the side of buildings. This vehicle has the ability to strafe and move in any direction, defying gravity. Only problem is, you cannot run over your targets like displayed in this cutscene.
Now arriving at N53, the Central District of Paradise. Would you like me to activate the machine guns? Nicely done, sir. I will come pick you up as soon as the job is done.
As you've no doubt noticed by now, Turbo Overkill has a cyberpunk, neon, flashy, futuristic aesthetic with bright colors. I feel as if I'm shooting everyone in a rave. Not that I'm that sadistic, but the vibe feels like a rave. I like the retro futuristic art style.
Johnny? What's going on? I'm losing signals all over Paris.
Sir, I have lost. It would appear sin has taken over Paradise. Readings of 932,000 new biocores are appearing. I think we're going to have to go with a nuclear option. Purge sin from the source, plotting a course to the nearest starport. Good hunting, sir.